Let's build a stomper. Come on, lads. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Build a Stomper Part 4. Sorry guys, we're taking a break from the rest of the Stomper today, and we're actually constructing the head. Now, as you can see here, I've kind of did a bit of pre-preparation in regards to cutting and stuff, because I'm sure you guys didn't want to just see half of the video of me cutting out squares. Now, what I'm doing here, I kind of put a spacer in between the middle of those two pieces just to hold them up, just to give it a bit more stability inside as well. I gotta say, I absolutely loathe, hate, despise, dread making like shapes out of plastic card. Again, because guys, I've said it many times before, because I can't cut straight even with a fucking ruler. That's right, even with a fucking ruler, I just can't seem to get a straight edge. Well, not straight edge, the edge is straight, it's never exactly the right, how should I say, I don't know, really, a straight edge, I can never get the edges to line up, that's what I'm trying to say. As you can see here, kind of got the main box of it constructed there. Now, what I'm doing now, I'm actually starting construction on the gaze of Mork, because what Stomper would be complete without a gaze of Mork? So I'm kind of trying to, I'm using the lid off a precision poly bottle, and I'm also going to be using, just trying to fucking hack through the bastard now, it's a right pain in the arse. Because I really like the look of the really thin, kind of like pointy laser that the Forge World one has. I thought, hey, I've got a bit of green stuff here, got some paper clips and stuff. I'm going to make like a Tesla coil kind of effect. So I'm going to just strip in the outside bit off some paper clips, because I don't run out, well, I have no wire essentially, and yeah, so put a bit of green stuff in the bottom of that lid there, and we're wrapping it round to make like a spring effect, and we're going to shove it down into the lid with the green stuff, so that it sticks. And then I'm going to use the actual applicator, the needle applicator, coming up through the middle of it, to make that really fine, point, thin laser thing that the Stomper from Forge World kind of has. And I kind of looked at it, I kind of zoomed in a little bit there, and I was just like, you know what? It doesn't look right. It just doesn't look right. So I thought, do you know what? Fuck this. I can't be arsed. So we got the Space Marine shoulders that come sticking out of the top of tanks. That has stuck a little bit off the like one of the spiky antenna bits off the Bastion in there, and it actually turned out pretty good. So I thought, hey, let's build it up a little bit, let's just not have it blatantly stuck on there, because that's one thing that I really don't like having, is stuff that just looks like it's blatantly stuck there. So raised it up a little bit with a bit of a rhino interior door. And yeah, now what we're going to do, we're actually constructing the jaw, because as with anything when you build it from scratch, it never looks good until you get a fair chunk of it done and the fair shape that you want. So here's me trying to like score the actual bit for the front kind of face plate of it, which is going to hold all the spiky jagged teeth. So I kind of did it there, like, nope, too pointy, too off center, so I thought, fuck that, let's get rid of that bit. Let's try it again. So cut it again, cut another bit out. And this is really thick plastic card that I'm using, so it's taking a bit more effort to cut than normal. So trim the sides, so you got little tabs to put on the edge. Kind of bent that, and then I was like, right, nope, still way too fucking pointy. So I gave it the finger, and I was just like, right, let's do it a third time. So third time's a charm, okay. So measured it up on the actual Stomper head that I already constructed for my personal Stomper. Cut bits of it off to make sure it was the right size. Did that. And then I was like, right, okay, it's sorted. That's kind of okay, but unfortunately it's still too pointy. So what I did, I got some tiller roll, chopped some little bits off it, and then just probably about a centimetre each side, and then stuck it to the actual I'm sticking it now to the sides of the box that's going to be the head. And that will hopefully give it enough space. Yep, as I was right, enough space to make it look not so pointy, not like a beaky Space Marine helmet. So as we got there, we go, right, okay, sorted. That's kind of sticking. Took a little bit of a while, because the poly cement doesn't like to adhere well to tiller roll stuff. So I just had to give it a little bit of time. So now what I'm going to do, I'm actually trimming bits of plastic card off so I can improve the structural integrity. Because once you score plastic card, it is very, very weak when you bend it. It's like literally it's holding on by probably like less than a millimetre of plastic. So I'm gluing them onto these bits just to reinforce them a little bit, so that they can take a bit more punishment and a bit more handling. Still got a bit of a cold, guys, so sorry about all the nasal kind of noises that you'll hear me making. So right now those are well and truly reinforced. What am I thinking now? I'm thinking to myself, right, well, how am I going to do the teeth and stuff like that? So I put my other stomper head next to it. It's like, right, so let's start finding bits for the teeth. Now I'm going to be using really incredibly thick plastic card, and this is again bits of POS that I've stolen from work because it's just the right thickness to carve and makes it look like really heavy duty plates. So I'm just going to whittle it down, trying to get some nice points, some nice spiky teeth going on. I'm also trying to bear in mind that obviously there's that big from the gaze of Mork, that big bit is sticking out, so I'm going to make one side of the teeth slightly lower or have a gap in them in order to not obstruct it. So let's say just whittling them down, just carving little bits out, make them look a bit more rough, a bit more ragged, a bit more ready. And yeah, so what we'll do, we'll be sticking these on shortly. Now, one thing with this kind of plastic card, it doesn't bond with polycement at all. In fact, the only bond that you get is when the polycement dries, and it's a very weak hold. So I'm kind of laying them out how I want them to be on the actual faceplate. So starting it now, gluing it down with some old super glue. Sorry it's not in shot there, guys. I had to readjust the camera angle a little bit then. But yeah, so as you can see, guys, the face of the stomper is taking shape. Now, in regards to the stomper face, I think that is probably the bit that you've got to be, you know, most creative about on a stomper, because it's the bit that has all the character. So as you can see, what I'm doing now, I'm actually going, right, I'm going to cut out some smaller triangles with some thinner plastic card, just to make the, to have some downward dags going on the teeth. So snapping those all out now, and yeah. It's going to have downward facing dags, like spikes coming off the teeth, just to add it a bit more character to the whole face of it. I really need a drink. I've got uber bad dry mouth. Uber bad dry mouth. It's a stage above super. It's uber. Oh yeah. So as you can see, guys, once you've got that faceplate on, the whole character of the actual stomper starts taking shape. This is going to be a big mech stomper because it's the only one really worth taking. So I'm definitely going to have a lifter dropper on it somewhere, maybe an attachable arm. But as we're not talking about the actual arm construction of it. So what am I doing here? I'm adding the other eye to it. Now, I had a big issue on this because I didn't have many like viewing ports or viewing plates or anything like that. So I'll find all the bits that have like little sensors and little lenses and stuff on, and I'll have all these clustered onto one side of it. Just because I imagine the orcs inside have got like an array of monitors, maybe a spotter on top, just to give actual visual confirmation of what they're shooting at and where they're going. But yeah, so I actually use lots of little sensors, lots of little clusters of them. Just, you know, tacked on there, then obviously inside there would be wires coming and linking them up to the monitors so that the orcs can view stuff. Now what you can see me doing here, I'm actually reinforcing the edges, because it is pretty sturdy, but I want it to be a bit more reinforced. I also wanted to make it look a bit more ramshackle. That's the thing with orc stuff, you can make it look as ramshackle as you want, you can be rough as you want, you don't have to do anything precisely, so this actually worked out for the better. So again, just scoring that plastic card, bending it, and then sticking it over, and that will hopefully create a nice adhesive bond, and it'll strengthen it a little bit more. Okay, so what am I doing now? I'm actually just still carrying on with reinforcing a little bit. And once that other eye's on there, you can actually really see it start to take shape and take form. Don't really know what else to talk about now, to be completely honest. That's kind of basically what I'm doing. Okay, now I'm actually cutting out the eyebrow, because what stomper wouldn't be complete without a big fuck off eyebrow just sticking there, raised up like a sir, like hello. Okay guys, so now what you can see I've kind of started doing a little bit of the detailing and stuff. I actually basically went and got some worky bits from my bits box, or bits desk, which is really now it is, so I kind of scraped it all together. So now, one of the things when you're building a stomper head, you've got to have lots of worky bits on it, because this is the epicenter of the stomper. This is where all the action goes down. This is where all the, you know, there's probably about, 3 orcs in here all working away inside this head, calibrating, well not really calibrating, more like going, shoot it now, it's over there. Fuck me, it's over there. I'm dying. Got a cold. Don't like it. So yeah, worky bits is essential. It also breaks up the large flat areas that you actually have. At the moment, I'm kind of just trying to work out placement and work out what's going to look good where, using a combination of poly cement and super glue. Pretty much run out of poly cement now. This is also, again, another thing why I'm actually doing the head now rather than the actual body, because I need to wait till I get paid on Thursday, and then I'll have money to buy supplies and stuff. So yeah, lots of worky bits. We got some worky bits from the Valkyrie, worky bits from the Dakar Jet sprue. We got all sorts on there. We've even got half a bike on that side that you can currently see there. Just to add, just make it look like it works, you know, make it look like it has some function. So what we do now, we're just doing some armour plating and stuff like that, again, to break up the large flat areas, whittling some little bits down where I've roughly cut it off the sprue. Now, one of the things that I was struggling with is the actual top part. I was thinking I'll use these rhino doors here, but I had one pulled off, but I just couldn't pull the other one off without actually tearing it in half. So I decided not to. So I decided to go and have a look for another sprue of from the Space Marine vehicle one, and it has a top hatch porthole kind of thing. So I thought, fuck it, yes, get in, have that now, you bastard. So I thought, hey, let's have one main hatch in the middle for the orcs. They can enter and exit or escape and flee if the stompa goes boom. So that's stuck down there. Gonna trim off the doors now to go in. I was gonna have an orc popping out of it, but I was like, yeah, I'm running low on orc bits, and I kind of need them for my actual army. So I thought, hey, let's have a closed stomper, because my other one has an orc popping out the top, and it adds a nice bit of character. But I thought this face already and this head had quite a bit of character already. As you can see on the side there, you can see I stuck some orky glyphs. I need to actually make a bunch more of them now. I've used all my orc glyphs up. A side note as well, on the actual Gaze of Mork, I was toying with several ideas. I went for that one in the end because that was a spur of the moment, it looked good. I was also going to have 3 las cannons sticking out, but then I forgot to cut holes in the plastic card, so I couldn't really do that. So had to be something that was stuck on the surface. What else have we got? We got actually on the side there, next to the engine, the bike engine, we've actually got a old Hunter Killer missile pod from the old Chimera and Basilisk and sprue, which is like a box housing. I took the missile out because I used that on a model years and years ago, but just had this lying around, so I thought, hey, fuck it, let's give it a go. Add some more worky bits. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, this is a little light, I think. Yeah. Is it? Yeah, yes it is. It's a little light again that comes off the. It's like a light slash sensor slash intercom thing that comes off of the Bastion sprue. So I thought stick that there, just add a bit more detail to it, add a bit more sensory gubbins. Yep, really running low on super glue now. Kind of like squeezing the last bits out of the tube. Really want to go back to using the precision poly stuff because the tube just doesn't cut it these days. It just there's not enough in there, and you end up using more than you actually need, which isn't very good at all. But as you can see, guys, this has come on very, very quickly. In fact, this whole head took me about an hour to do on and off. Obviously, it's sped up now. It's 2 half-hour sessions, so it's roughly about 15-20 minutes long. Whatever, I'm just rambling again. Ramble, because I can't think of anything to say. This commentary is really hard. But yeah, guys, so I'll talk to you guys now. What do you think of the Stomper head? Please let me know if you think it's good, think it's orky enough. I think it's orky enough, but this is a group effort, guys. So if there's something you don't like on it, let me know and I'll try and change it. Also, there's going to be another alteration to the belly gun because I found something that fits inside that tube that I used perfectly. So you guys will see that on the next episode of Let's Build a Stomper. So yeah, just generally working on the worky bits for it. I've said worky bits about 1 million times. Worky bits and gubbins. But yeah. Did I give a little stretch? And a bend. Dip my toe to jacuzzi, baby. Take out this book, The Buttress of Windsor. What am I doing now, though, guys? I'm actually rolling some leftover green stuff that I had because one of the things that I always hate is excess waste green stuff, and it really, really, really winds me up. So I'm actually rolling some green stuff balls, some testicles, some scrotum, some testes, some love fruits, some low-hanging giggleberries. Just because that's going to be used on the zap gun. But I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. You guys will have to guess. Anyway, I'm rambling again. God damn it, rambling. It's really shit weather today. Really cloudy, quite cold. God damn it, British summertime, British springtime. Where the fuck have you gone? It's so fucking cold outside. Like, all the fucking... There's like, none of the trees have leaves on it yet in my neck of the woods. It's fucking, like, perpetual fucking winter. Yeah, guys, now, what am I doing? What am I doing? You are seeing me, I think, start yes, I'm starting the laborious process, which I hate almost as much as constructing shapes out of plastic card, which is riveting. Rivets take goddamn ages, and my method of doing rivets, I put a blob of super glue on something. And then I take the end of my craft knife, I spear the rivet onto the craft knife, and then I just dip it and pop it on, so it sticks. Now, a lot of the times, and you'll actually see it in a little while, the rivets will actually fall off the knife and end up getting immortalised forever in a blob of super glue, which pisses me off to great immense. In fact, I flip off, I think I flip the bird to this stompa head quite a bit in the next couple of minutes. Oh. But yeah, guys, I mean, this episode and the last episode were a bit short, mainly because I'm just waiting for materials. I've actually got a bunch of stuff that I've got my eye on eBay, like tank turrets and stuff. Not necessarily from Games Workshop, but nonetheless, they are 28mm scale. They are pretty cool. But also, guys, you know, if you, again, I really don't like talking about this. If you guys have any tank barrels or tank turrets or guns or anything like that, you know, that you don't want and you think you'll never have a use for, if you don't mind donating them, you know, that would be absolutely fine and dandy. Please get in touch with me via PM. I had a donation already from some in the form of some very nice Necromunda style bulkheads. So they'll probably get one or two of those get used on the stompa. But yeah. So donations will be accepted greatly, and you will get a massive thank you video if you do donate. But yeah, so this stomp head is pretty much under construction. I mean, all the time whilst I'm doing this, I'm always thinking of all the sections of it. I'm quite scatterbrained when it comes to building, especially scratch builds, and I'll kind of like be working on one area whilst thinking of another area, and as a result I tend to drop my hobby knife quite a bit and just basically lose concentration. So at this current moment in time, I'm actually thinking on what else can I do to make the top of the head a little bit more interesting. So I was thinking to myself, maybe a radar dish, because I know I have a radar dish from like the Space Marine vehicle sprue kicking about somewhere. So I'm like, right, okay, just generally mind wandering. When you're doing a process like riveting as well, because it's so long and laborious and just mundane, you can let your mind wander whilst you're doing it, because it's very repeat, and I'm surprised I haven't got repetitive strain injury by doing rivets on stuff. But yeah, guys, we're coming to the end of the video now. Got a minute or so left, I believe. But as you can see now, this is me just thinking, what else could I do to the stompa? Last minute edition. So I decided I'm going to add a couple more rivets to the top of the eyebrow on some spiky bits that I just put on, and then it's pretty much done. There you go, guys. What do you think of that? Let me know if you think that looks orky enough, or do you think it looks okay. I will see you guys again next time. Thank you very much, guys. Goodbye.